In the previous session, we looked at verse 23, where Krishna, the Master, explained that the same action can either bind or free. The difference was not in the action itself, but in attachment and identification with the doer. Today, in verse 24, Krishna, the Master, takes a further step. He doesn't just refine action, he reframes action completely. Instead of seeing action as something I do, he presents it as part of a larger, unified reality. This is a shift from ownership to alignment. So let us begin with an invocation prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahaihi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्म हविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना. ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्म हविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना. Krishna, the Master, presents a radical way of seeing the action. He says, the offering is Brahman, the instrument is Brahman, the act of offering is Brahman, the result is Brahman. At first, this sounds abstract, but it is pointing to something practical. Normally, we divide action like the following: I am the doer, this is my action, this is my result. This creates separation, and with separation comes ownership, pressure, comparison. Krishna, the Master, is dissolving this fragmentation. He is saying the entire process of action is part of a single interconnected reality. When this is understood, the sense of I alone am doing this begins to loosen. Action is no longer carried as a personal project for identity. It becomes participation in a larger order. Action continues, but the inner burden reduces. Let's take an example. Consider preparing a meal. There are ingredients, heat, tools, timing, effort. Many factors come together. Yet we say, I cooked this. That is convenient, but not fully accurate. When seen clearly, the process is interconnected. When this is recognized, effort remains, but the sense of total ownership reduces. Kabir, the poet, expressed this insight simply. Where I becomes less, the work becomes light. The action does not change, the weight around it changes. Practical application. So, how do we apply this? First, through Karma Yoga. Perform responsibilities with sincerity. Reduce the sense of I am the sole doer. Allow action to align with a larger order. Second, develop greater understanding. See how every action involves multiple interconnected factors: people, conditions, timing. This loosens rigid ownership over outcomes. Instead of I control everything, shift toward I am participating in a larger process. This reduces unnecessary pressure. Finally, a quiet hint. The doer, action, and result appear in awareness. They are not separate from it. Awareness remains unchanged throughout. Recognizing this gradually dissolves the sense of separation. So, as we close, today's verse 24 is a turning point. It moves from refining action to understanding the nature of action itself. Action does not need to be carried as a personal burden. When seen as part of a larger whole, it becomes lighter. Not because life has changed, but because the sense of ownership has reduced. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam Na Pramaditavyam Om Tat Sat.